this isn't just a game. This is TNT. Welcome to the jungle and welcome to Ape Squad's Thursday Night Throwdown.
Featuring the game's top talent, pick up games where chimps become champions.
Thursday nights 8 to 10 p.m. every week, only on Ape Squad. Catch us live on air on Twitch at twitch.tv/Ape Squad.
Welcome to TNT. I'm your host, whysatanwhy. I'm with my boy, Sonsoyo. How you feeling, Sonsoyo?
I'm feeling excited for today. We got a big lineup and a little bit of a comeback coming down later in the second block. We got 200 MS coming out to show up today in today's TNT. But first, we're going to be going with Vaiiya versus Nightmare. That's going to be Lasagna, Gremlin, and Uni versus Signal, Belize, and Calf. So, I mean, we got a hell of a show for you.
Oh, what
tonight.
a treat with these teams. This is going to be a very exciting first 5 matches from these teams. Nightmare, we already know. Lasagna over there with Uni. They got signed. Going up against Belize. You already know. Fan favorite over here in the TNT scrims over here. We love watching Belize pull up. So, gonna be a great time regardless of how these games go. I know it's going to be some very explosive matches about to happen right now.
It's a little bit less viable against the heavy and medium, which allows it to have some variability. It would still be a fantastic weapon to win those light duels, but without, I mean, I think we should see a balanced meta if that thing gets just touched yet again, just super tiny like they just did. So
right, I was kind of hoping for like a ammo or damage like per mag kind of nerf. So like, I don't know, like maybe 1 less burst or something like that. But hey, it's a step in the right direction. We know the 9-3R has been really performing well out here. But we're kicking things off. Uni going crazy on high ground right now. Circle taking a little damage. And Belize's team is backing off. Well, shout out Belize, rocking the bunny suit. Got the whysatanwhy fit, you know what I'm saying? Out here representing.
yeah, exactly. Gonna be rocking the whysatanwhy fit. But Signal going to be taking some big damage from Lasagna over there on the outside. Going to get healed up from Casaneo. Resetting his team as a big fight comes out. Glitches go out. Gremlin gets knocked out by Casaneo and Belize getting a shot. Three looking for that damage. Gets both of them sitting in the corner trying to look for that regen. And now it's just Signal left fighting Lasagna, and it does not look good for him. He does end up getting the trade though.
Uni with a nice double kill. They're going to have to tap point here and rotate box. Luckily, A is rather close right there, so they're going to have a decent opportunity to kind of tap this point and rotate kind of freely here. So, nice quick fight. However, Belize's team will spawn in for a fight potentially right here. Yeah, they just spawned in right now, so looking like they're going to get a clean plug and re-engage here.
Yeah, that gateway is going to offer them a very easy plug over to A as we see Vaiiya rotate over in this alleyway. Going to have to make the cross and push up towards this high ground because taking this fight is going to be needed to take this high ground first. But without further ado, they're going to be making their way in towards the low ground, making their incision going inside out.
Yeah, we have C4 on the point right now. We see Nightmare just kind of playing safe on high ground, looking to see where they are, playing patient, making Belize's team make a move. So playing really patient on the high ground. What is Belize's team name again?
Vaiiya.
Vaiiya, right? Team Vaiiya. Yeah, Vaiiya kind of just inside, holding hands together, playing really slow, crouch walking. Uni finds them, takes a little bit of damage, gets out, pad play comes out, not a lot. Uni's in trouble, gets taken out. Belize also in trouble, trades on both teams. This is actually really good. We have Casaneo Resi right now, so now we have Vaiiya all up. 2v3 right now. Gremlin and Lasagna by themselves having to defend them. 3v2 right now, Gremlin in trouble. Lasagna looking for that defib on Uni. Gets the defib on Uni. Uni gonna probably pad up to the high ground right now. Get a reset. Uni's gonna get immediately taken out, unfortunately. And Lasagna will also fall. That will be the first cash out, it looks like. Wow. Good job on the side of Team Vaiiya. Playing really slow. Looking for that pick. Got the picks, got the trades, and they were able to capitalize right there.
Yeah, I do think their pacing was really nice there. Kind of going inside out, as I initially said. But they had such good patience and pacing. They waited for an opportunity. They kind of played around, made the opposing team move, and put them in a disadvantaged situation, because Uni, looking around for this team, got caught a little bit off guard. Then that pad RPG play to that rooftop kind of evened things out in the playing field and gave Vaiiya the advantage there.
Right, we do know the meta is kind of stalling point for as long as possible. You want to have a one-fight situation so that whenever a team falls, that is basically a guaranteed cash out. But Police is in trouble. Lasagna, he also in trouble. Gets taken. Police gets taken out by Gremlin. Uni's in trouble here. 2v2 situation. Lots of damage between all teams. Now it is the 1v2. Signal by himself, having to fend for himself. I say he just dies, yeah, and reset the team right here. Fight doesn't really matter. They're gonna have to rotate all the way over to fight again. Both of these points are rather far away to try to rotate to, but we're chilling, you know. They got the fight. They're feeling good, you know. Vaiiya got the first cash out, but looking like Nightmare gonna have to lock in this next one, or that will be the game.
Yeah, Vault 2 is going to get an early tap, and we do see Vaiiya spawn over on C. Uni not sure where he wants to go with this point now. Might get caught off guard by Circle, gets some early damage, and then decides to back up. Not sure if he's going to rotate back with his team or go for that gateway play away. But they're going to opt to go for a fight here. Going to get that winch out from Belize, and they don't take out Uni just yet. Belize gets taken out instead. Gremlin taking some big damage. Circle going to find that reset, and now we need to find a kill if we're going to take this advantage. As Circle goes down, Lasagna goes down, and it's just a 2v1 scenario. Tapaneo sitting in that gas, going to be taking a lot of damage from Uni. Gets taken out by the M11. And Vault 2 gonna be sitting on that gateway. His team's just gonna let Uni run ahead, utilize that gateway to rotate the Vault over to Beta. And this is gonna be a relatively good point, because they're actually, honestly, I don't know if I like this point too much. It can be raised up. If I were Gremlin, I would winch it out of this area, and there he does it. Now it's gonna be a relatively good point in my opinion, because you can just sit on this high ground and pester anyone trying to steal.
Right, exactly. And that bridge is indestructible as well. Part of the map that cannot be destroyed. There are parts of the map that cannot be destroyed, so nice little high ground position they're going to be able to have right there.
Police looking to winch this box over into safety. Gets caught on something. Very unfortunate. Got stuck on that wall. Maybe a little bit of a collision issue, but now Gremlin knows right where they are. They're going to be shooting right down to them. Lasagna looking for some damage as they bunker up inside this room. They're going to probably make a play to rotate up now that they know the enemy team, the location. And Gremlin sitting up there on the RPG, ready to shoot anyone who gets in his way.
Right, we have, once again, one and done situation here. Point is halfway. Whoever wins this team fight will ultimately take this cash out. Vaiiya in a decent spot. However, lots of damage on Police, but he's chilling. He's going to get regen. H+ Infuser, we love to see it. Right, Circle's in trouble. He's going to 1v1 Gremlin right here. Not the best choice. Tries to run for his life. Police healing for his teammate. Police takes out Gremlin. That's a big pick right there. We have Circle. 2 HP getting his regen. Looks like they might have an opportunity on point. Oh, Lasagna takes out Circle, unfortunately. It is a 2v2 Police by himself. Well played by Nightmare right there, taking those angles. Now Police is going to opt for a reset on the point because it will go to a third final cash out here.
Honestly, Vaiiya had the right play of going to force that point, but without your heavy, you need to regroup with your heavy, make sure he gets inside. Circle needs to deem at him in so he can winch that point over to a safe location to steal. Make it very difficult for Uni and Lasagna to beam down, because they just went in there and died, leaving Belize in the dust. So
Team Nightmare feeling really good right now. They have won 4 team fights so far, while Vaiiya only winning 1 on that catch up that they took. So Team Nightmare really fragging out right here, winning those team fights and performing really well at the moment.
Yeah, Lasagna gonna be using that pike, using that range from this high ground. Now rotates towards this gateway, because Uni already has it set up towards D. We see Vaiiya maybe getting that glitch. It misses just barely. That could have been a crazy glitch, because it would have just been Lasagna left behind there. And now they take advantage of this next cash out. They have it in their command. No manipulation comes their way on this, but they do have this high ground position, easily rotatable right into there.
Right, this is a really nice spot to be up here in this like little zipline area. They look like they're gonna hold tight. Cafanel gets a little bit of shots off, finds out where they are, and looking like they're gonna kite away. Pad play comes up, but they are no longer there. Well played by Nightmare right there, getting away from that pad play.
Gremlin setting up a double drop. It's going to be relatively good of a stall. He's going to have to use it early, though. They all drop down. Belief's still sticking it.
He sticks it. Yep,
the entire time.
Massive flip right there. They're going to have to run away and try to have Team Nightmare try to retake here. Vaiiya looking in like really sweet right here. Half point right now. Lots of damage on Gremlin gets taken out right there by Cafanel. Lots of damage on both teams. We're going to have Lasagna taking out Sergno. Lasagna getting a double kill with Belize. Now, Cafanel, 1v1 situation. Uni versus Caf. The battle of the lights. Who is the better light right now? Cafanel
Uni
or Uni?
Going for a res.
That is an optimal play. There's a lot of time on point right now. Looks like
and now res coming out from Caf. They're going to zip right up on him, though. He does get the res off in time, but it's a medium. Uni alone. Gremlin going for that res, getting his full team up. They need to get this pick to even it out.
Oh my God, that's so unfortunate. Uni really holding it down right there for his team, getting those reses up. Lasagna getting Gremlin up as well. It is Belize coins in. It is the 3v3. Not a lot of time on point. They have to make a decision and make a decision fast. Cafanel in trouble. Uni in trouble. Lots of damage. Gremlin takes out Cafanel. It is going to be Belize trying to flip the point. He's not going to have enough time. They're going to kill him easily. And Team Nightmare will take the first game of the TNT Catches Pro Scrims. Nice. First game of the day. Well played by both teams right there. Really liking the drip, the Nightmare drip, the all black. I'm liking it. Yeah. They are locked. They pulled up. They showing up. All right.
Yeah, honestly, fantastic win. Lasagna and Uni really dominating on those high ground positions. Gremlin kind of acting a little bit more as bait in this last match. There's a couple times when he put himself in harm's way. Luckily for him, it did end up in his favor because he had Lasagna and Uni behind him. But honestly, Gremlin probably putting himself in harm's way too often.
No, exactly. Let's look at this scoreboard. Wow, Lasagna, almost 8,000 damage right there. Fragging out with the pike, I believe. Taking those off angles and really just getting so much value with that pike on that second cash out and on that follow-up cash out as well. Able to get Gremlin up and reset for the retake. Well played on the side of Team Nightmare right there, honestly.
Uni still sticking that M11, maybe trying it out to see if the 93R is still going to be the pick or not. M11, very good. One of the highest TTKs across all classes in the light arsenal, so it's making it work. He does have the recoil control and the aim for that weapon, so far working out in his favor. Going into this next map, Vault 1 still relatively even across the board. Both teams are going to get there just in time to have a fight break out, but we see Uni positioning up on this high ground. Certainly going to use this DMAT to challenge that high ground away from Uni. A big RPG coming the way of Gremlin. Gonna get healed back up just slightly, missing that winch, and that's gonna be detrimental because Gremlin taking a huge amount of damage is taking out Lasagna on this high ground. Uni getting taken out. Lasagna still on the high ground. A res is gonna need to come out, and now a 1v1. Circle does end up winning.
Right, that will be the first Team 5 Vaiiya turning things around this time around on Sis Horizon. They're feeling confident. They're feeling good. They're going to get this point in. Looking like they might go for A here. I like A a lot. Lots of potential. We got that little high ground up there on that wall up there structure. So they're going to get this over to A and get this ball rolling. We have Team Nightmare spawning really close. Really good spawn for Team Nightmare right there.
Yeah, and this fight might break out. A big win from Belize. And if I were Gremlin, I'd be going in right now, because if you can get that winch without worrying about Belize's, then that's going to be a huge advantage. But Gremlin rotating over. They now have a decent advantage controlling that building where it used to be, but unfortunately for them, the catch-out is still not in their control. We're going to be going with some entry shots from Lasagna, from this DMAC. Going to be looking for anyone, trying to find any tickle damage he can get as both teams just play around this open bridge area. And now we're going to be going with a force point. It looks like Sergnal believes line up it perfectly. They don't know they're right there, but he misses. Honestly, rotate just away because now Gremlin is pushing in aggressively. You need to take out someone. You need to hit that winch on Lasagna. That was a pivotal blunder right there. Lasagna dodging a team fight, honestly.
Honestly, I think it was Cafaneo getting taken out on the side by Uni. Cafaneo being pressured by Lasagna initially, wasn't able to come in feel for his team right there. Uni finishing him off, and now Sergnal was down. Sergnal believes down their light player, which is kind of detrimental to their fight. And now Nightmare has complete control, not a lot of time on point. Vaiiya gonna have to turn things around here, be very aggressive.
A gateway right on top of Gremlin, and they're gonna go in for the kill. I do like the play, huge.
Yeah.
Just getting aggressive. Look at this, and now it's just Lasagna.
Massive right there.
Missing the goose stall, getting winched in. He does hit the goose stall, but it's not enough time.
Not enough time, yeah. Big play right there. TPing onto Gremlin, knocking him out as soon as possible to take him out of that fight. And that was just domino effect right there, one after the other. And Vaiiya takes the first cash out again.
Honestly, I love that play. You don't see many times just gatewaying right on top of someone, that commanding. I'd love to see it. They know they have a little bit of time. Honestly, that might be something that people should start taking in their arsenal if it is a last-second play. Just gateway right on top of them and send a Hail Mary anyway. You win the fight, it works out, but Gremlin getting a big dome, but at least getting a dome of his own, but it's not going to work in his favor. Glitch coming out just a little bit too late for them, and it's just going to be Cap and Sergnal versus a 3-stack of Nightmare. Look, these Nightmares are coming your way. This ain't a dream.
Yeah, they are chasing them down, hunting them down. Sergnal, not a lot of HP. Uni, or Cafaneo gets taken out. Sergnal gets Police back on his feet. Police trying to turn things around, taking out Uni. 2v2 situation. Very low on the side of Team Vaiiya. All up right now with the defib on Nightmare. 3v2. This fight is taking an eternity right now. Police trying to, buy some time right here. Probably gonna die. Yeah, optimal play to just not die and reset.
Holy, that fight kind of took the tides of things, going back and forth like a wave.
Roller coaster of a fight right there. That could have swung anyway. Unfortunately, Vaiiya being taken out, and now Nightmare getting the plug again here on Team Vaiiya. Gonna have to rotate and get a decent spawn in the red building mid map, and they are on the way.
Yeah, and this point is going to be rather difficult yet again. This map is full of these points to set up. Winching them outdoors into these alleyways and courtyards going to prove very difficult. Lasagna and Gremlin set up rather far away from Uni. Uni going to be rotating back over to his team to offer a little bit of support as they kite from side to side of this building. Belize winching that cash out. Look how far that flung right by the door. Perfect protection, and now able to goo it off, but Sergnal takes a little bit too much damage. They're gonna have to back up if they're smart. Belize does not want to take this fight against Gremlin. And as he does, they open up. Sergnal not getting that regen. Sergnal's still very low and gets taken out. You need to wait for that regen on your team.
Belize gets taken out, and that will be all of Vaiiya yet again. But they're gonna have decent amount of time here. Gonna pull up and try to retake as fast as possible, take a team fight quickly, and try to win the game.
Yeah, and I do think that was a very good play by Vaiiya. They just needed to spend a little bit more time resetting after Sergnal took those entry shots. I think they would have had a great chance to take that point.
No, absolutely. Vaiiya spawning red yet again. They're running over. Not a lot of time. They got to be quick and decisive. They're going for that TP play. Cafanel gets taken out. TP comes out, however. They're going to look for the kill on Lasagna. They're going to get Lasagna. 2v2. Massive winch by Gremlin right there. Gremlin getting full HP right there.
It's not looking too good. Did you see that? Bop, bop, bop. And Calf was down from Lasagna's fight.
Right. That was well played. Good shots for T9 right there. Massive winch. That looked like a potential like max winch by Gremlin right there. Winching in Belize, I think.
Yeah, that was a huge, basically a max range winch, I would imagine. 12 meters at least, so going in and getting that range was huge. Lasagna now getting pulled up on Gremlin. Looks like he's messaging someone in his DMs, but he gets taken by surprise and now has to drop down to this low ground. It looks like Vaiiya now taking control of this point. Gonna glitch the gateway, taking full control. Look at Circle. He's going to get pulled up by Lasagna. Lasagna right behind him. He may take him out. Lasagna needs to hit those shots, but Gremlin hits that winch and takes him out, and Calf gets taken out by Lasagna yet again. Bop, bop, bop. 3 shots, and Calf went down.
Yeah, that pike is piking right now for Lasagna. They're going to get this third and final catch out into C and have a very strong catch out defense right here.
Yeah, honestly, this setup is a unique one. I think there's a couple different options. I think Gremlin taking a little bit more of the optimal route, winching it out into this outside, does end up getting a C4 on the top of the cash out, which is fantastic RNG there. But now, Signal going to take some entry damage, but it's not going to be much because they're going to have plenty of time to play slow, sit inside. Now, are they going to do some sort of gateway play? Signal playing the low ground. Police waiting for that gateway. It's going to be very tough to take this point when this team's sitting on this high ground just like this. They have all the line of sight in the world on this cash out. They're going to have to play for a winch. Most likely try and winch this over to that inside area, but still extremely dangerous. Winch it in and rotate away most likely as this team drops now. Go rotate and look for this fight.
Right, they're going to play that winch, try to bait them in. Nightmare coming in. Gremlin with the RPG. D-Mac comes out. Lots of damage. And Flip comes out. Cerno takes out Lasagna. That's a massive pick right there. 3v2 right now. Oh, it's just falling apart for Team Nightmare right now. Uni by himself. And Vaiiya will have a very strong position with this cash out right here.
Wow. Look at that. That was a great play. What a goof from Signal to block off the line of sight for Beliefs to get that clean steal. Exactly. That was pivotal to their success. Now 30 gas barrels seemingly on this catch out. 4 gas barrels going in, just leaking gas everywhere. 5! What is this? Where are they getting all these gas barrels? What the heck is this?
Yeah, there's not going to be any shot.
And the pad! What is this? Somebody's firing up a storm. And that's going to be the game. Vaiiya swinging back and taking game 2.
Yeah, we have 1-1 right now. We have Nightmare taking the first game, and now Vaiiya responding commandingly with this next game right here. Kyoto call out is crazy.
I mean, it's not being played in the major. Right? Am I crazy?
I mean,
I think it's not allowed in the major.
Don't care. Yeah, well played by both teams, kind of fragging out both sides. We do see Nightmare taking a little bit more damage, or doing a little bit more damage than Vaiiya. Doesn't matter. Damage numbers don't really matter if you win your cash out. So, well played by Vaiiya, taking that game.
Yeah, Uni's still sticking on the M11. Do you think it's working out? What do you think?
M11 could be the play. Like, you got that brawly play style with the winch right now. M11 kind of forces the light to be close to the teammates. and use that H plus infuser as well. So M11 actually solid pick for the meta considering what's going on and what teams are using right now. So lots of really good TTK, Uni, Calf. These are some of the best lights in the game. They're just absolute demons. So I can't use the M11. That thing's a little shaky for me, but these guys making that thing look amazing right now.
Yeah, and up on this high ground, it seems like Nightmare has the advantage. Going to be using this gateway to get over and take this high ground. Over on Halter's building, you don't want them to plug A for free. As they gateway away with the box, it looks like they're going to have the plug, but it's not going to be without contest. Calf getting some great shots on Uni while jumping off. Signal now going to take this high ground with Belize. Signal maybe pushing a little bit too aggressively, dropping down. And now Lasagna seems like he's in control as Gremlin takes an RPG and Signal gets some side angles, but Signal takes a big RPG and now he's the one in trouble, running away, trying to regroup Belize and getting back to the team because this point has been plugged in. Getting this reset is going to be pivotal into their success and a reset in total game plan.
This building is just absolutely falling on itself. Uni taking the elevator to high ground half health, gonna get his regen. Both teams up and healthy right now.
Yeah, and honestly, this building's gonna be going down entirely. This could cause some chaos for Team Nightmare. That winch comes out from Belize. The heals come the way of Signal. Signal may get found right here and winched by Gremlin. But it's going to be a 2v3 scenario. Lasagna, Uni still on this high ground. Belize maybe not sure what to do because Calf just got taken out. Honestly, just RPG yourself, end it all, or look for that coin as it does get found.
Not going to be a lot of time on this point. It's going to have to be like a spawn and TP to point immediately kind of situation. Gremlin will winch the point out into the open, and that will just make things that much harder for Team Vaiiya right now to try to retake.
And these games are going down to the wire. So this point is going to be meaning a lot for Team Nightmare. Getting the momentum shift in their favor coming off that last loss is going to be huge.
Looks like they are trying to make a TP play. They're going to have to be very quick here and make a decision. If they want to try to take point, they got to get on now. They got to make a play. Bubble comes out. Gremlin. Lots of damage on Gremlin. Wow, that just happened so fast. All three of them died almost at the same time right there. I have no idea what just happened, but hey, Nightmare takes out the first cash out on Fortune Stadium.
Yeah, there's not much you could do there. A lot of the focus was going towards that cash box and forcing that steal. So honestly, that fight just came out with a fellow swoop from Team Nightmare, taking and sweeping the floor with Team Vaiiya.
Not a lot of time to begin with on that point, so it's very unlikely Vaiiya was able to make a play. However, they're going to have a second opportunity for the second cash out. They're going to go high ground, kind of see what Nightmare does with the box.
Just waiting and vying for positioning. Belize does find Gremlin and Lasagna, misses an RPG, does go for that bubble into that winch, does not get much value there. That glitch coming out relatively soon. Does pick out Uni, and Lasagna just padding over, playing on that far ground. Gonna be just Lasagna and Gremlin. Gremlin, one bar, padding over aggressively, takes a lot of damage to do so. And now it looks like Vaiiya is in control of cash out too, but they have a long journey ahead of them all the way to B and or C, so it's gonna be very tough.
Yeah, Lasagna really taxing with that pike. That pike is working out really well for Lasagna. Caferneo, one bar right now. Looks like Vaiiya has control. They're gonna go over to C. However, Uni spawns on C. Not sure if they know that. Belize by himself. Uni gonna have to tax. Tax is Signal. Signal half health. He's gonna be chilling though. Looks like they want to plug. They're holding box. They're deciding what they want. Ad play comes out. RPG by Gremlin right there. Massive value with that RPG. Lasagna still taxing on the side with the pike. Police and Caferneo fall. And now it is just Signal by himself, and he does fall. That was A very good spawn by Uni right there, using his coin and literally spawning right on top of the cash out.
Yeah, very well done from Team Nightmare. Now in control of this next cash out. It's going to be hospital, essentially. Going to be very tough to make their way over. Really depends on where they spawn in terms of what their strategy is. They spawn for the direct path. They're going to probably go for a pad dash gateway play to get over there. That's usually how these comp teams are making their way over to this point, but they're going to look for an aggressive play, look for some entry damage initially. Honestly, I do like going up to the roof, because then you can just block the line of sight. If you were to dash over, that whole upper part of the building would most likely block the damage Cap would take. But they need to make a move quick. They're not going to be getting a pick. Dude, look at that. No way to take damage from all the way up there. Does end up making it inside, which is a huge benefit as well. But now, going to be looking for Uni. Uni going to be looking for some big damage. Does end up not getting taken out, gets TP'd away, and ends up taking out Signal in... And everyone! Belize goes down from Glamour as well, so very well done.
I think they should have padded over a little bit sooner. They're kind of taking poke fights there for a little too long. If they're a little bit more aggressive on their patch play, they might have a second push, but it's looking like they're not going to have any opportunity now, considering how low the catch out is right now.
Yeah, no opportunity at all to make their way over. It's going to be a Hail Mary even if they want to. Going to pad it right over there. Do they make it in? And they do. They're going to have an opportunity to just hop it and pray. They do have a good play. But riding it all the way down, they need that heal to come out for Belize. But he gets winched off of it anyway.
That will be game number 3 for Team Nightmare. Rather convincing performance here by Team Nightmare right there.
Yeah, Nightmare sweeping that first cash out with the building crumbling. Did get the plug and ended up holding it the entire time, so well done. Otherwise, just unfortunate situations. I thought Team Vaiiya would have been able to get that plug. Somehow Gremlin just turned that fight in their favor, getting that big RPG. I think it was a triple RPG, and look at the stat line. We see 1 kill come out from Team Vaiiya. Very dominant performance from Nightmare. So strong in that mid to close range. You just hit every shot if you have good aim, and so it's so good close range, and it's dominant long range. Its TTK is like a shotgun, and I don't know. We need to slow the fire rate down, bring that in line. Still make it the strongest weapon at range, but that close range needs to be nerfed a little bit.
Hashtag Pike nerf question mark.
Going this spawn relatively uneven. Vaiiya gets a great spawn for cash out 1. Doesn't get the high ground, but they are able to get a tap first, get control of this vault 1. Now, able to make their push. Calf looks like he's going to be gatewaying over to A. Does get found as Belize gets ready to take this gate and meet up with his team.
Right, we have both teams kind of sandwiched in between each other right now. You have Vaiiya getting that plug, Winch comes out, getting the point into a decent rotation here. Pike team at not a lot of value. We have Vaiiya just kind of holding head, backing off, lots of value on the RPG. Gremlin just nailing these RPG. Belize in big trouble. H+ comes out. Gremlin in trouble. Gremlin gets taken out by Calf. Now we have Signal going to get taken out as well. It's a 2v2 situation. Belize, Calf going up against Lasagna and Uni. Oh no. Falling apart for Vaiiya right there. Unfortunate. However, they're going to have a decent amount of time to try to retake this point, and Nightmare will have a convincing fight right here. One fight, as you could say.
Yeah. Uni came out with style, going on that flank, found Belize exactly what they needed, and now they're looking for a setup, but opts not to winch it outside in the alley, opts to winch it towards the front stage, and Calf looking for a gateway pad, narrowly misses some bullets from Lasagna. They go in aggressively. Lasagna getting lynched in. They need to find this kill. That goo coming out. Police dropping with him. You need to find this kill if you want to have the opportunity to win this fight. A huge pick comes out, but Calf gets traded out for him. A dome comes down. Signal looking to demat that goo away as a Police and Gremlin trade shots on this head glitch.
3v1.
Signal does find
Lots
it, and now it's just Uni.
Yeah, a lot of time on point right here. Uni going crazy, taking out Police right there. It's just 2v1 right now. They're going to want to bait Uni in. Like, there's not a lot of time. You want Uni to make a play. Uni is just holding it down for Nightmare right there. And Nightmare will take the first cash out. Certainly, I thought Vaiiya had a shot right there.
Yeah, and honestly, just a little bit of disconnection from Vaiiya. Belize got a lynch, but had zero support chasing down Uni. And that just seemed like it was the fight loser there. If he either let Uni go or he had support, I think they would have ended up winning that just because they would have had the ability to bait them in on that cash out with 3 people.
Right, we have a chatter saying, isn't Belize on Scallywags? Is he on Vaiiya or Scallywags?
I think Belize has been trying out a bunch of new teams. Honestly, by the look of it, from my insider knowledge, it seems like he's going to be sticking with Team Vaiiya. I'm not entirely sure if that's solidified. That's not really my analysis today, but that's just, I definitely know he's testing the water with some other teams.
TNT, really good place to do it as well. Belize gets taken out, unfortunately. Signal, not in the best shape. 3v2 right now. It's looking like Vaiiya wants to kind of reset and play together here. Maybe coin. We'll see what they opt to do right here.
Yeah, and now we're going to be going to grab a Vault 2. If I were Vaiiya, I would be positioning and posturing over towards B or C, taking this metal, kind of denying the space and putting the catchers to your back is going to be a great position to slow the fight down and get Belize that advantageous spawn. But because they did not do that, look how far Belize spawned away from this fight. Now, Signal gets taken out and they're in just stagger mode. They're going to be panicking just a little bit in this 2v3, but they do have a high ground. Look at that RPG come out from Belize. A big win, and now he's in a dome fight against Gremlin. Ends up swaying the fight in their favor. Massive double kill from Belize. Now, Calf camping the bodies and waiting for Uni to push. Uni now in a very similar situation as Calf and Signal were. This light duel not going to end up going anywhere, in my opinion. Just take your blessings and make your crossover. Get ahead and make sure you can't get beamed in the back by Uni.
Right, it looks like Vaiiya will get the plug. Belize, massive plays. Getting the both of those kills right there. Getting that double kill, and now Nightmare on the way. They are going to take high ground on height right here and just kind of see where Vaiiya, what Vaiiya decides to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that initial position, but now rotating away. It's always spooky making the slow crawl around this point. Lasagna maybe looking to go forcing this. Gonna break that C4. And now Signal Belize sitting on that front desk with Nightmare up on the high ground.
Right, exactly. Not a lot of happening right now. Both teams just kind of filling each other out. They want the cash out to go one and done. Lasagna in big trouble. Lasagna 1 HP gets taken out. That's a really good play for Vaiiya. Cafe Lasagna. We have Gremlin versus Belize right here. Belize and Signal take out Gremlin. And now Uni by himself. Gonna have to make a play. Uni just going crazy with that on the left. 1v3. Oh, not enough.
Holy bro, that was so scary. Uni just beamed Signal. I thought I was fearing for Cafaneo's life as well. And then it would just been a heavy versus light duel. And honestly, it would have been really hard for Belize to get those reses back up. And then we would have seen Lasagna and Gremlin point in faster than Calf and Signal. So
this will most certainly go to a third and final cash out. Looks like Nightmare might want to take this fight, win the fight, and then rotate to the next cash out. Because I don't think they're going to have any opportunity on this point.
Yo. Mad goes around, moving that cash out from side to side in this building. I'm not sure what that setup was. Definitely an interesting one. Honestly, if we could run that back, that'd be huge. And
they kill each other.
That.
Wait, what just happened?
Both teams are dead.
Uni died to Belize's burn damage. I guess he might have hit a orange barrel or something. Because Uni died to burn.
This is going to be an interesting spawn. We're going to see one team most likely spawn on 3, and then one team spawn far away. Oh, and they don't. And it's the first time we've seen this on TNT where both teams wipe each other. Spawning both super far away. It's going to look like a fresh game, basically. A clean slate on the Vault 3.
Exactly. Third and final cash out. Game 4. This is going to be exciting. See how these teams decide to deal with this last cash out. Lasagna gonna kite away after taking a lot of damage right there.
And Uni moving right towards this enemy team over towards C. He should know they're there, but that gateway is going to allow his team to probably take this cash.
Exactly.
Look, they're guessing they're going to go to D. They just outsmarted them.
They just got their ankles broken.
And now they got a free plug over on C, and Belize and Circle making the long rat back over to where they just were.
Right, I would have just held height up there potentially on that hotel. However, we are in the situation where they're gonna have to make up for this play.
And now we're going to winch it over. Going to try and take possession of this cash out. But this high ground, they look for a big fight. Circle now taking some big damage, but Cash, unfortunately, is not in position to take this. They go into a 3v2 scenario. Calf on that low ground, still not ready to support his team there.
Yeah, Uni's really pulling for his team. Just smacking the H+ infuser on his team. Keeping his team on his feet, healthy, and ready to fight every engagement. So well done by Uni right there, peeling with that H infuser.
And now we got a minute left on this cash out for this last cash out fight of Las Vegas Stadium. Gonna be meaning all the marbles basically are in the hands of Nightmare.
Right, exactly. There's plenty of time right here. Vaiiya just needs to find and take a very smart fight right here. Because they could honestly take the fight and then go try to flip. So, but they want to be aggressive and do this really fast. So, we'll see how Vaiiya decides to approach this situation. I feel like they might want to go for a bait play because now there's not a lot of time. Blue comes out. Sargnal in a decent spot to try to take right here. Gremlin gets winched in. He might have to. They get the flip. That's a massive flip, but they all get immediately taken out. And that will be game 4 over here at TNT. PRO SCRIMS.
Honestly, what a fantastic effort there. Almost getting that flip. They did get great body blocks and a great winch from Belize, bringing Gremlin in and getting that damage that they needed. So unfortunately, just a little bit too much time on that ability to retake that point for Nightmare. We're going to this last game. We're going to be hopping right into this thing because we're a little bit behind schedule. We want to get these games done, actually maybe right on schedule for this last game. So without much waiting, we're going to have to go with the pick of Belize and Team Vaiiya.
Bada bing, bada boom. As we go into this 5th and final game over here, Team Vaiiya up against Team Nightmare over on Bernal. Should be an exciting 5th and final match of this series.
And Belize, Calf, Sergnal making their way over to Vault 1. I do think the spawn goes in slightly their favor. Gremlin, Lasagna, and Uni making their trek across the umbrellas. Gonna take this high ground. Gonna make their way and make their splash in the arena.
Right, we do have Vaiiya tapping right here, but this could be anybody's point. Both teams fighting, both RPGs coming out. Lots of value by both teams. H+ infuser gets Gremlin back on his feet. Both teams up. Vaiiya in a little bit of trouble right here. We have Belize and Circle half health. They're going to have to try to turn things around. Lots of damage now on Nightmare. Turning things around, Vaiiya going crazy. Caffeinail taking out Uni. That's a massive play. Gremlin is 1 HP. If they can find Gremlin and take him out, that'll be a massive play. Looks like he might get his regen. He is slowly getting his regen right now. Gremlin back on his feet. Lasagna just kind of playing slow. Vaiiya make the play. Lasagna cut it out. Which is the pin. Lasagna gonna take it out. The healer not gonna pin up. That will be a first fight on the side of Team Vaiiya right here. Well played. Massive values by these RPGs today. Both these teams have been smacking those.
Yeah,
RPGs.
both teams are doing so well with their util usage. I do think Uni is doing a little bit better job at getting those glitches off than Calf, and that's seemingly being the decision maker in a lot of these fights.
Right.
Is how well these teams can use their util. But honestly, Felice seemingly making up for it with those winches, hitting a lot of them earlier than Gremlin.
Nightmare wants to be very aggressive here. He glitches the TP up on the top. Beautiful play right there. Uni takes out Caffeinail. Wow. Yeah, Uni really showing up for Nightmare.
Yeah, and honestly, that's going to be a good reset from Signal, and blocking that RPG. No damage coming out. So Signal getting winched, going to get held off by that railing. Fortunately, now Felice is going to be taken out as Gremlin does find the connection there. Uni finding Calf, and it's just Signal left. Signal, please just wait for that coin, back off, and hide. Uni might actually find him, though, as he wraps on this high ground. Uni, look at this.
Interesting. Very interesting right here. Uni does not see Serg.
Signal's just holding that goo out. He's ready to run. Holy. And now we got Vaiiya making their way in, gonna try and be aggressive, but look at where this cash out is. A winch pad setup, bringing it all the way over to this alleyway edge of the map.
Right. Pike just did so much damage right there. Police, deep trouble. He's gonna be healed up, however. Vaiiya in a deep spot. Not the best, actually. Uni takes out Police. Now it's a 2v2 situation right here. Uni going crazy. 1v1, light 1v1 right here. It's not gonna be enough. Team Nightmare ends up taking the first cash out. Well played by Team Nightmare and Uni. Yeah, Uni is just a master class at light. If you guys want to get good at light, watch Uni's gameplay. Honestly, one of the best players as that class right here. As you saw, he walked in and immediately...
He does not miss.
Yeah, it just, even with the glitch plays, like, when they walked up right there, he immediately glitched the TP that was on top. He glitched Caffeinail's TP, so Caffeinail wasn't able to reset or TP away. So just master class for light.
A big winch from Gremlin, gonna look to find Signal, but no damage comes out. Signal goes aggressively on the two players, and now it's Calf. Calf needs to find a stick on Lasagna and wants to sway this fight in his team's advantage. And that looks like it's going to be, yet again, a light 1v1. Will they opt for the res, or will they opt for the ego?
Looks like both opt for reses right now. They're going to get their teammates up. Police gets on his feet. Lasagna gets back on his feet. 2v2. Defib Gremlin right now. We have a 3v2 situation right now. Well played by Uni, getting the medium up so that he was able to use his defib and get Gremlin out. Signal gets a coin going right now, coming from the back. This team is in deep trouble. Gremlin takes out Police. Gremlin takes out Caffeinail for the double kill. And now it's just Signal.
If I were Signal there, you see both your players go down in a comp match. You go to Vault 2 and yoink it across the map. But,
yeah, exactly.
I mean, these are scrims, so looking for those practice. So I don't know if that was going through his brain right now.
Nah, he was probably hoping he was able to come back and peel for his team. However, Police and Caffeinail were in deep trouble. Nightmare putting the pressure, and they will get a very strong cash out over here at Church.
Yes, this Cathedral is going to offer a huge line of sight, especially for those beams. Uni and Lasagna have the pike. and that ARN coming out from Uni, going to be offering great high ground advantage in range.
Yeah, Church, probably the strongest catch out on this map. Easily the strongest defensive catch out.
Vaiiya gonna make their way inside this building. Gremlin gonna take a little bit of damage, not gonna be too much.
Right, this high ground is just so hard to deal with. You see Lasagna on the goo, double goo setup right here with the pike. He's just looking for angles and looking for intel.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen too much.
The pike, man.
Taken out yet again.
Police is in trouble. 3v2 situation right now. Police and Sergno gonna have to make a decision here. Looks like they're not gonna be able to shake things up. And they're gonna be in a very bad situation right here with this cash out and the amount of time that they have right now.
Yeah, 30, it's gonna be 20 seconds left on this cash out. Look. I'm not sure what to do. One of my favorite plays here, especially with winch, is demat this railing and gonna be able to winch that inside that door and take it from there. Set up your goose and look for that force take. But honestly, at this point,
they're not even gonna have
another few good strategies. They're not gonna have any time to push this.
What did the police just do? That was hilarious. Going out with a bang. Police going out on his own terms, and that is game 5 of Pro Scrims. We want to thank both of these teams for showing up today. Both of them. Love to have both of these teams Vaiiya with Belize, Cafaneo, and Sergno. And always nice to have Team Nightmare show up as well with Uni and Gremlin and Lasagna. Well played. That was so much fun to watch.
As we set up this next lobby, we're going to be going to the title survival promo. So if you want to sign up for that tournament, check out apesquad.org for the sign up right there. So without a further ado, we'll catch you very soon with 200 MS versus Team Retwist.
Welcome to the jungle and welcome to Ape Squad's new website. We've got tons of new features for you, including up-to-date weapon charts and our official Apes Pro Rank list. If you appreciate what we're doing, consider supporting the squad by checking out our merch and donation pages. We're also proud to reveal our ultra-high resolution, true-to-game, strategic maps. Keep an eye on this as we roll out new interactive features coming soon. Check us out at apesquad.org. We'll see you in the finals.
Since the dawn of humanity, evolution has been a slow, relentless march forward. But now, evolution is in your hands. Introducing the Apex Limb, the next leap in human potential. Strength beyond imagination, precision beyond belief, a future beyond limitations. Engineered for your life, from creation to transformation. It's not an upgrade. It's an Ape grade.
And we're back. Welcome back to TNT Pro Scrims. We got our next two teams in the lobby right now. We have Team Retwist with Llama, Brendy, and Spawns going up against 200 MS, Wolfex, Groody, and Brands. This should be another massively fun set to watch right here. How you feeling, Soyo?
Yeah, this is going to be a fantastic game. A little bit of a comeback from 200 MS for this. And honestly, I'm excited to see what they've been working on and
what they've been cooking
break of the season. So without further ado, we're going back into Nozomi Citadel for this match versus 200 MS versus Team Retwist. We got DMAT and we got Winch. So Here we go.
All right, as we launch into these next sets, we are in Nozomi Citadel.
And it looks like Team Retwist get an advantageous spawn, going for a DMAP gateway pad right into there and gonna move quickly. They want to take this fight fast, going straight in and taking off. That shack is gonna come out from Wolf X. I do love the shack and come into the win if you are able to get that. Use it kind of like a mid-range shotgun there almost.
Right, I do love to see the shack in play right now. I love the shack. I love how that gun sounds. It's like chugging along. Chug, 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 chug. That thing is awesome.
With no tap in sight, we're going to continue vying for this space. Wolf X still now a little bit split from his team. Brendy pushing it aggressively. This could work in their advantage because now Llama is on the low ground, gets found by Wolf. Gonna get taken out by that shack, and now it just spawns at 1 bar with Llama taking out a 2v3 scenario. Wolf now in a dangerous situation. Hits a C4 on Brendy, and it's just Brendy running away because Brand took out spawns with that fight.
Yeah, well played by 200 MS right there. Point is unfortunately not tapped, so they're gonna have a rather difficult rotation if they can't get over there quick.
Yeah, they have an 80-meter walk, unless Grudy's going over to B, which it looks like he is. He's going to be making the walk of shame all the way over there, and it may play out in their favor because the Team Retwist may spawn over by A, but no, they don't. They're going to have the closer spawn to B.
Right, exactly. They are right behind 200 MS right now, but it's looking like 200 MS, actually not a bad play. They're going to get the plug and kind of like watch out for the rotations here. Brendy taking a little bit of damage. He's gonna be okay. Both teams all up. Wolfx took a little damage, but he's also okay. All on their feet. Plug. They lost the box. Whoa.
Questionable play. Honestly, in my opinion, that's a little bit of lacking confidence kind of play right there.
Yeah, it is. They were scared. They should have just plugged it in. It's all good. No. You're all right. Wolfx taking a lot of damage. Llama getting taken out by the shack right there. Come on.
That's looking good right now.
Yeah,
they need to take out this fight. Now it's just Brand's just left. A huge fib comes out from Brendy getting Llama back up. Sorry.
Yeah, unfortunate they lost the box there. Not exactly sure what happened with the box. I don't know if they like threw it by accident or something, but looking like Retwist is gonna retake the point and have control.
I think it was just a little bit of a missed play call. I think Wolfx thought a fight might break out really quickly there, so Rudy dropped the box, came back and tried to peel for his team, but it just did not play out in their favor. The fight did not break out that quick.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Spawn's really peeling for his team and getting that double kill. Massive value. Spawn's taking a little shots on Wolfx. Wolfx is going to be okay. All on their feet.
And now rotating over to this cash out. A pre-drop comes out. Going to pop that gas too. There's plenty of space to take it, but Brendy looking for that high ground, gets winched in. No damage comes away. Basically, Brendy surviving pretty healthily. And now 200 MS goes down. This fight is now swaying in the favor of Team Retwist.
Let me shout something out right now. APS. I'm telling you, Soyo, I think people are sleeping on the APS, bro. I'm going to keep it a buck. Like, Goo's nice. Like, Goo's, obviously, it just got a nerf, right? Not really a big nerf, but it got a nerf. But APS, man, I think is one of the better in the meta, right? Because you can get on point and really just, like, put it down, prevent all glitches. But, yeah, I'm a really big fan of the APS. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I do think APS is kind of one of those X factors that can block those goo stalls, block the pressure, block the RPG, everything.
Bad RPGs, yup.
But honestly, the goo can just do such the same thing. And the way I saw Lasagna use the goo last 5 games was whenever he got winched, he threw a goo down, which basically saved him and allowed his team enough time to peel for him. So as a medium, having those goos could be invaluable because if you have no escape option, a light has dash, A heavy has a dome and his own winch. But what does a medium have? A medium's got to use those goos to block off that winch and preserve his life there, buying enough time for his team to peel. And that's one new utilization that I really think Lasagna is innovating on.
Right, exactly. We have 200 MS taking high ground right now. Winch comes out on Llama taking out Wolfx right there. Retwist looking really pretty right now. 3v1 right now. Rudy getting taken out as well. And it's looking like Retwist will have this initial plug yet again. To counteract your point on the APS, I think I agree because of the meta right now. We do see Winch all over the place, and Goo is really good against Winch. As you said, Lasagna throwing down Goos on his feet when he gets Winched. But maybe the APS, I don't know, maybe we'll get a mesh meta back and APS will really shine. So I'm a APS
Brand's
enjoyer.
overextending! And now that's going to be a push from Spawn. Spawn's feeling confident about himself. They don't think he's going to push. And now, going to get the reef but just a little bit overcommitment on nothing there. And Grudy, last one left.
Yeah, getting beamed off rip right there. Not a good play by 200 MS. They're going to have to reset and have one more opportunity to try to take this point.
And they know they're going to spawn most likely in the same place. They're posturing up. Spawn sitting on this high ground. Going to be waiting for this spawn. A minute left. Let's see if they make the same mistake. You cannot ego on that low ground. You get taken out. It's very dangerous. Good damage. Brendy halfway, and now you got to take that gateway pad right now to get over there. Get inside. Rudy makes his way in.
Right now they're inside. They're going to be able to make a play here, make retwist, you know, make a play, you know. So I feel like they might want to offer a bait play on the point.
Ooh. Interesting C4. Does get some damage. And now, 30 seconds left. They're going to have to make a play. They pad up right now. They have a huge RPG, but no, they get RPG themselves.
Oh, unfortunate. Retwist will take game one on the second set of TNT Pro Scrims.
Honestly, I was thinking they were looking for that pad RPG, but they ended up not doing that. I think they thought they lost sight of them. They just rip it. If you get that play, you get to go in and take that RPG value. Look, I mean, there's going to be some adaptations needed from 200 MS. But that initial fight looked very good. Play the time, play patient, try and get your advantages where you can.
Right.
And we're going to be going into Monaco. Brenny already called it for his team.
Yeah, Shaq doesn't really shine at range. Deagles, however, definite potential taking out lights with those Deagles.
And now we're going into Vault 1 all the way across the map. So we're going to be going in with the first-person camera. Spawn's taking a little bit of damage. We do see 200 MS sitting on that high ground. Unusual spawns from this play. We see one team spawning on this forest as Llama tries to find this high ground position. Do we know what Llama is running right now? Is he running something with range, or is he sticking to that SA-12?
It's looking like he is on the bananas, aka the Deagles.
Going in, Brand's off to an aggressive push, getting some value, pushing spawns away. And that Pike is keeping everyone towards that low ground. Brendy just sitting on this head glitch, gonna try and peel for his team. But honestly, if he gets found, that could be a dangerous situation if he's on the short end of the Pike.
Point is not tapped. That is a weird point out there. You don't want to be caught lacking trying to tap that point. So both teams trying to fight, take some poke shots. Lots of damage on both teams right now. Spawn's in trouble. Llama takes out Wolfx on the side. Grudy's in trouble. Brendy, low health as well. Brand takes out Spawns. 2v2 situation right now. Lots of damage on both teams. Brand taken out with a double kill with the Pike, and Grudy peeling for him as well. And 200 MS will take
And this
the
is
first fight.
This is a similar narrative as we saw in the last game. 200 MS kind of convincingly winning that first vault fight. That time, maybe a little bit less so. They did swing that around. Fantastic double kill from Brands. And now they're going to have their choice of the cash out. It looks like it's going to have to be A quite far, as we do see Team Retwist going to gateway pad all the way over to church and set up Wolfex and not weary of their positioning. And now we see an infiltration of this church. Brand sitting so far behind.
It's a really good spawn here, dude. Retwist on high on the church. They're just going to, you know, re-engage here. Looks like they're going to just drop the point and refight again and take another poke fight.
Yeah, I think this is a smart play. Very difficult, honestly. Great RPG coming out from Wolfex, dropping. Now go support your team. Try and find that pick on the light. But Brand's playing way too aggressively, kind of feeling himself from that last play. Does get a goo off, and will he be able to get away? Because Brendy got taken out, and now it's a 2v2. No defib in sight, just a heavy and a light versus heavy and light. Wolfex on that high ground. Broody also playing for that positioning. Gonna look for that reset. Wolfex finds the body and gets the res. Broody, just play a little bit slow and try and let your team reset. You have the ability to get this plug. He does get a great shot. Looks like Spawn's finally getting that slow res onto Brendy.
Yeah, all teams up right now. Retwist opts the TP too high on church. Point still not plugged in. Looks like they want to get a fight in. Spawn tired of it. He just like, you know what? Let me just plug this in. And Retwist gets the initial plug here.
Yeah, now, see, this is what you need to do. You need to get control of this vault, because look at this. Doesn't matter what position you have. Team Retwist is now in control of this game.
Exactly. This is kind of what the EU side does a lot, right? They really like to stall cash outs before they plug it in.
They like playing slow, but
right.
Honestly, they don't stall the plug if they have the opportunity to get it.
Right, exactly.
I think a lot of people understand how valuable getting the control of the cash out, even if you just get it in, that's a huge, huge advantage. It basically makes it a 4v3 situational by holding that cash out.
Right, exactly. You're really forcing the other team to make a play when you have control. Massive C4 RPG, I believe.
And now Llama setting up another C4 on A. We see 200 MS get high ground again. They need to find something. Either winch. They don't have winch. They need to force this point with a mesh shield. That's going to just get glitched out. It's very dangerous to do so. Llama, Brendy, Spawn's just ratting.
Yeah, not a lot of team time left. 200 MS opting to try to go for a bait play right here. They get out of there. They're trying to make Retwist make a play. However, Retwist, massive RPG on Brendy. Brendy's in trouble. He's going to get his regen, though. Yeah, really well played right now by Retwist. Hiding away, stalling point for as long. Spawns get taken out. That's a big pick right there. It's a 3v2 situation right now. Llama, kind of in trouble. Llama holding it down, taking out Grudy. 2v2. Not a lot of time. They have to go for play. The point, they don't have time. Llama going crazy. And Retwist will take the first cash out there. Yeah, like you said, Soyo, having control of the cash out is detrimental. It is very important that you have control of the box and the plug, because what you're basically doing is forcing the other team to make a play, right? Like if the point is not plugged in, you guys can just stall. Like nobody's gonna do anything. But if you have control of the box, you're forcing that other team to like make plays. So well played by Spawns, taking the box, plugging it in. They were able to hold and kite the entire way through right there.
Yeah, and that's a very difficult situation. You need to pressure something, especially with this mesh. Like, not being able to manipulate the box in that situation to retake it can be very difficult when this team is stratting in church and not playing the high ground, not playing the game that you want them to play. And now they're playing on this high ground. They're going to be beaming down on the 200 MS. Not a lot of value, but Brand gets down to 1 bar. Llama gets down to 2 bar, and now we're in a very interesting situation. Another vault fight. Gonna be in the position of 200 MS with the cash outs to their back.
Right, exactly. Looking like 200 MS opting for positional advantage here. They know they have Grandma's house on the right side of them. They can easily rotate over there. However, Retwist opts to TP point cross over to C.
And they throw the box. Hopefully, they go plug this thing and learn their lesson about getting control. So let's see what happens.
Right, exactly. They
Rudy
really need to
should go
adapt
get
to
this plug.
these metas, especially over here in NA. We really like to plug point and stall for as long as possible.
Looks like Spawn's going to get that box again. Just going to let Rudy. Just going to let him have it. But now they go pressure. Fantastic
Spawn
play. Finally going to get that plug. Can we see that box go in? Thank you. All right. Wolfex making his rotation away. Gonna try and hold this high ground for his team, but Llama looking for that push. Gonna maybe get this win, and this could be a bad situation. He does have that dome down. He play towards the edge. Fantastic heal from Rudy.
W kill with Asian user. Brandy taking out Rudy with the pike. Wolfex in big trouble. Brands peels for his teammate and is now Llama by himself. However, Spawns, coins, and now Spawns is on the way. They want to get the reset and re-engage on this fight.
I like this high ground play. You need to go take this away because if you let Llama sit in there, wait, no pick comes out and no stagger, but they're all still on the high ground. Spawns gets taken out again. Brandy's gonna have a tough time. He's gonna be spawning back in 3 seconds. That body did fall off the roof, it looks like, so Brandy might be able to get a clean res.
Yeah, we are in a continuous stall fest right here. Brandy and Retwist kind of earning a lot of their coins right now, a lot of their resources to try to get this point.
And this is exactly where you want to be if you're 200 MS, in control.
On the high ground as well.
Yep, and a gateway comes out from Team Retwist. Now going to force the point. A gateway comes out from Wolfex. Gonna be looking for that stall. A glitch needs to come out. A great dome from Wolfex. Whoever, Llama.
Fox takes out Grudy. Not a lot of time on point. They need to go for the flip.
I don't think there's any time.
I don't know. It's
I don't
close.
think there's any time. There's no
No,
time.
there isn't. You're right. And it will go to a third and final cash out here in Monaco. That's what we like to see from 200 MS. Getting control of that vault and able to stall for the rest of the game, for the rest of that point.
I think they got a little bit of a learning lesson there. Plug the point. Look at that. They won it. They plugged it. They won it. So fantastic. Now,
Exactly.
honestly, this seems like the narrative. Whoever gets the plug is going to win. Let's keep that going.
Yeah, looking like Retwist is going to get the tap, potentially get rotating on the box. Lots of damage on Grudy right now. Grudy in trouble. Box has been TP'd towards D. D is a really good cash out, to be honest.
Yeah, D is one of those points you do not like taking. You have, but they do winch it closer inside. I think that's a little bit of a mistake. I like winching it out into that forest area instead.
Right, now they're going to have a decent amount of cover on point. I think I agree with you on that, Soyo. Witching it out in the forest is probably optimal. However, the decision is made, and now we are working our way towards the point. 200 MS kind of low ground right now, playing slow, while Retwist holds high ground. It's looking like a poke fest at the moment. Kind of tickling each other from the distance. Looking Wolfex wants to try to opt for a flip. Bait which comes out, no value. Wolfex kind of in trouble. Wolfex gets taken out by Brendy by the pipe and half out. Rudy and Brands not in the best shape right now. They're gonna have to run away. Yeah, Grudy, get out of there. Get out of there, buddy. Get your coins going. Looks like Retwist wants to be very aggressive on Grudy. Gets the res up. on Wolfex. Rudy gets taken out. Oh no, this is not looking good. Brandy with so much pressure right there. Well played. Hinting on that res and blowing up that whole play. Now, there's not going to be any time. So well played by Retwist, taking game number 2.
Yeah, I'm going to have to give it to them here unless they literally spawn right on top of the cash out. There's going to be no way to take this. Brandy's going to set up some sort of peanut play. Interesting. Maybe giving it right to them, but I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, and there it goes. Solidified. No time. Fighting for some kills, padding the stats.
Well played by both teams. You know, we see 200 MS really adapting to the play style right now. They're showing up. You know, they want to show up and make an impression here, and they're doing it. So unfortunately, not able to win that game, but they are showing massive improvement. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely getting the swing of things now. Finally making their groove and pushing forward. Look, I mean, the pacing is just a little bit too slow in these vault fights. They need to get those plugs in as we've hard pushed forward in this last game, seeing how it has caused them such stress. Yeah, honestly, I do like seeing him play that, but I think Wolfex has been a winch heavy through and through. So seeing the mesh is fantastic, especially adapting, playing on Monaco, seeing how it goes, and playing on Bernal. I mean, fantastic. And it really depends on what points you get to see how valuable it is on Thursday Night Throwdown. If you get those points that are inside like A and B, maybe winch might be better. But if you get that courtyard point, like we saw last time we were on Bernal, or that circle amphitheater point, it could be advantageous to have that match. But we're going in with a big RPG jump pad. Gonna hit Llama, and now going and dodging that winch. And now it looks like Wolfex is gonna be in the advantage. Spawns gets taken out. As soon as that heavy misses his winch, you know for a fact that match is gonna offer 10 times more value. And a full reset comes the way of 200 MS. Spawns, half HP up on this high ground. Now going to ego Broody, but looks like Wolfex is there with the SA-12 to peel for him. Gonna need to peel for Brendy. Brendy now taking in Wolfex down to 1 HP. Gets that pick on Broody. That mesh shield can be valuable, but he gets demounted down, taken out by Brendy. Brendy in a 2-kill, double kill situation. He's gonna look for the regen, and now ego peek. He finds Brands, but Brands is gonna be chasing him down. Does get the regen stop, and Brands clutches up. But as soon as Llama coins in, and this could be very, very difficult, he needs to find the reset because Spawn's gonna be coining in 1 second later from now.
Right, exactly. They do get 2 up right now. 2v2 situation. Spawns using his coin, like you said, and they're looking like they're gonna get a full reset. Llama going for Brendy protection.
Now Llama just sitting right above Brendy's body. I think he realizes this is not the play.
Yeah, Brendy uses his coin. This is another fight on this first cash out. Full up on both teams. Incredible. And it's looking like, oh, Spawn's in trouble, but he's going to be able to live. It's looking like Retwist will have control of the box, plug it into A. Surely I thought 200 MS won that fight, but using those coins, using your resources, and Retwist able to come back here.
Llama getting chased down by Groody and Wolfex over here. I don't think he's going to make it to his team. Look at Wolfex chasing him down. He needs Groody to peel for him because now we're in a 1v1 situation. It's all up to Wolfex, and now Groody's there to peel. The heal's coming out. Llama getting taken out, and that's going to be a huge advantage going into this fight. Spawn's getting some great damage, though, on the way of Wolf. No heals coming out from Groody. He used it all to win that fight.
Right, exactly. 2v3 situation right now. Brands gets taken out by Brendy. My pike is bigger than yours. And now Spawns taking out Groody as well. Brands and Groody down. Wolfex by himself. He wants to die. There you go. Now you're going to be able to get a reset and potentially try to retake this point.
We're going in. What a turnaround. The positional advantage that we saw from Team Retwist just swung that fight in their favor. Surely I thought it was going to be a 200 MS victory there, getting that early pick on Llama, but it ended up working in Team Retwist's favor.
Oh my god, the Pike is just hiking right now. Groody in trouble. 2-8. Massive RPG play though. Turning it around. Wolfex, Spawn, and Brenny are in big trouble. Llama has to peel for his teammates. Now Groody in trouble. Trades on both teams right now. 2v2. Oh no, Wolfex by himself now. 2v1. Wolfex just a heavy. Going against a light and another heavy. Obstacle for reset. Oh, the wind comes and stalls the heal or the res, and Retwist takes the first cash out.
I would also like to note 200 MS, very in line with their name, from South America, coming all the way over to NA servers. Honestly, they're right on the precipice of success in every one of these fights. It just comes down to either cleaning up and winning those ones, or just staying a little bit tighter. But honestly, they're still looking in good fashion despite the ping.
No, exactly. Very interesting to watch this team perform on that amount of ping. Making it work.
France taking some big shots. A great push from Team Retwist, catching them a little bit off guard. Wolfex now getting taken out. And it looks like 200 MS is going to be dragged through the mud.
Exactly. We have a 1, 2, 3, buckle my shoe, onto the point situation here.
Look, we're going in to cash out C. Gonna hit him with the plug over there. And now coming in to the 1-2, buckle my shoe. That thing that's
there you go. There you go.
And here we go. Great entry damage from Spawns. They need to push in. Brandy now taking some great damage. That H1 Infuser not going to be in this play. He needs to be able to use this. Broody needs to use this advantage. Get that heals on Wolfex, but I think he already used them on Brands.
Broody gets taken out. Trades on both teams. You have a 2v2 situation. Spawn's in trouble. Brandy, max HP, pressuring Wolfex right now. Wolfex able to get away. Unfortunately gets taken out. Now it's just Brand by himself as the medium. All up on the side of Retwist. Brand needs to die here. There you go. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure. This point is so awkward to fight. Very difficult. There's so many angles. We have Brendy on the Pike as well. So I don't know. This point is a very difficult point to try to retake here.
Yeah, and having no winch is gonna prove difficult because you're not able to winch this inside this Vaiiya building to take safely. But it looks like they're just gonna go straight in.
Grudy taking out Grudy.
Not staying behind that mesh shield of Wolfex and getting taken out early. He needs to find a pick here, but now it's a 2v1. Gonna get taken out. Brand now in a 1v1, 3v1. And gets taken out. It looks like Team Retwist yet again taking this game.
Game 4? Game 3? Yeah, we have
taking game 3.
Taking game 3 rather convincingly as well. Even on the scoreboard right here, we have so much damage coming out from Retwist. That's a lot of damage. And we see Bonds fragging out almost 5,000 damage, along with Brendy, same kind of story. We see Grudy kind of struggling against the Pike, you know, lights. It's just really difficult. You cannot ego a Pike as a light. You will lose 99% of the time, unless you're like Uni or something, but.
Pulling up with the mesh, pulling up with the SA-12. I did think the decals would have been a little bit of an unusual play on this map. I don't necessarily think of this as a long-range map. The only long-range point, in my opinion, would be that hospital point.
Precisely. I personally would love to see Winch potentially get a rework. Maybe able to shoot as you Winch so you're not stunned, but I don't know, that'd probably be a massive nerf to the Winch. Or whatever.
We need to see something.
Some type of something. Be nice.
Now going in, Spawn's gonna get reset. Llama getting taken out. Brand's getting a double kill. Does find them all.
What the
but now
triple?
it's Brandy looking for the quad. Can Brand find Brandy and clean up the entire team? He does find him. Brand taking out 4 players there with a quad.
Amazing. I think that's the first quad kill we've seen on TNT.
At least
gotta
today.
be. I think that's the first time we've ever seen it. On our TNT Procast and Scrims. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a player get a quad.
Well, now, this is a great news for 200 MS. They get control of this cash out, and this one is a filthy one.
This is
How
funny.
do you
Like
take
most
this?
of these first fights, like, are going towards the side of 200 MS. They just need to lock down these cash out fights, and they'll be fine.
Exactly. I think the plug is really what's killing them. They allow them to take that early plug and just fumble. Huge RPG block coming up from Wolfex, narrowly getting in front of Brands to block that. As using that as distraction, I do think that was a great play. I'm not sure if that was the plan, but they were able to get over while that RPG was incoming.
Right, exactly. Now we have Retwist over here on this platform, on the Ngimo side. Kind of low ground right here. Not the best positioning for Retwist. Yeah, exactly. Spawn gets taken out by the pike. They're opting for an insta-res on Spawns, all up on both sides right now. Brand's kind of in trouble.
And now they're looking for a fight. I don't know if this fight is advised unless they find a pick. They're kind of putting themselves out there. There's only a minute left. You can back up and play time yet again. But if they get this pick on Spawn, it's going to prove very advantageous because Llama's half HP. Brandy, Wolfex. Llama gets taken out. Wolfex and Grudy, 1 HP apiece. Brandy can easily find them both. Wolfex sitting behind his shield, going to need to drop to find that reset. Brands kind of being the cornerstone of the team. Finds Spawns. He needs to get that pick.
He needed
and
that
now
win.
It's not looking good.
He needed that fight against Spawns right there. He would have been chilling. Unfortunately, Spawns getting the better of him. Unfortunate for 200 MS. Did a lot better trying to kite away, but I'm not too sure.
They just made the push in versus kiting, and that's like
right.
Maybe they felt the pressure because typically with Winch, you'd get that pick on Spawns like they did, and then just winch that point out right back in the center of the map, and then just hide again.
They just allowed him to just like res. Like Llama was able to res Spawns after the pick. And that was just kind of unfortunate for Rudy getting a pick off Reggie. Llama getting a pick off Brand. We have a 2v2 situation. Llama getting a double kill. Llama with a triple kill. Give me all 3 of you. Give me that.
Give me all 3. I mean, now they're going to be going in. This is exactly what you want to see if your team Retwist. Taking this possession of the ball. Now there's going to be no fear. They're so good at holding this box. And this point especially is going to offer them very good opportunities to not only winch this out into this alleyway, but also play for that drop, whatever they decide. So it looks like they're going to offer the drop as 200 MS does spawn back in and are pushing through this staircase. Going to probably D-mat in, waiting for Grudy.
Exactly. We got a decent cash out spawn right here for Retwist here. So yeah, this is going to be difficult to try to retake this.
Going in, looking for those long-range shots. Spawns now taking the kite shots. Gonna not find it, but Brandy gets taken out. Brandt hitting some demon shots. Brandt really showing off today.
Spawns goes for the insta-res. Llama in trouble. However, Brendy gets back on his feet. They're going to go for an instant flip. Not the best play, Wolf. No.
You have to wait for your team there to support you. Play the let them steal. You have a mesh shield.
Exactly. I don't think he was expecting spawns to get Brendy back on his feet.
Oh, for sure.
But it's still not the play. And now 2v3. If I was 200 MS, I'd get on the point immediately.
Yeah, now you're looking. Now you should be looking for the point. Now, like you said, so Llama pointing in, still very far. Could look for the point now. They still are not opting for it. Flying really slow. Mesh your teammate and force the point. What are we doing?
Rudy takes out spawns. That's a big pick. 2v2,
maybe
3v2 situation.
And now they're going to be able to D-man it down. They're all together. He does find Brendy. Brendy goes away, making his run. And it looks like very detrimental now. They had a very clear opportunity to flip. Wolfex now sitting on the point with the mesh shield. And it looks very dire. Just some bad play-making decisions.
Very sloppy by 200 MS. That should have been a clinical retake right there. However, Wolfex tries to opt for a flip without his team, and Spawns was able to get Brendy and kind of protect the point. And just very unfortunate. They need to clean that up. Honestly, I think Wolfex needs to use his mesh more to his advantage. And like you said, maybe have his teammate try to take the point as he meshes. They were down Spawns on that fight there too, so if he meshed them, it kind of been a lot better. But Wolfex opts to go for steal twice and kind of pays the price for it, unfortunately.
Rudy also doing a fantastic job positioning. Finally, we do see that winch, I think, Shaq coming out from Wolfex. So let's see if we can make some more effort towards this cash out and objective play here.
As we go into our 5th and final match of TNT Pro Scrims, we are in Sis Horizon. We all love this. Is a great map to end things off on.
And Brendy on the model, going to be playing this close range. Does end up getting glitched there. And now rotating over with that D-mat. 200 MS
Exactly.
Getting that tap.
We do see APS back in play on this map. Love to see it. APS gets taken out. Pad play going. Try to rotate the box over. Get positional advantage here. Get the plug. Get control on the box. Like you said. Brendy takes the TP. 200 MS. Llama taking out Grudy in the back line. Unfortunate. Now we have Wolfex and Brands in deep trouble. And Brendy will get the double. Clean up the team.
Yeah, now the flip comes the way of Retwist. I don't think they expected him to be there that quick. I do like the fact that he did throw the cash out right in there instead of walking it in. But I think Wolfex made the run to go basically plug up to the point, set up a C4. In that situation, you try and maybe throw a C4 at range, play safe, play that positioning, and look for that reset after you get that plug, because then you need to be able to survive and regroup. But now on the low ground, an RPG comes out. Not that big of an RPG, a little bit 4-bar on Wolfex. They're going to be going in instead. That Shaq not going to offer him what he needs to see.
That could be big trades right here. Grudy's in trouble. It is a 2v2 situation. Llama being very aggressive. Winches in Brands. Taking out Brands. And now it's looking like Retwist will get all up on their feet. Look at this shark skin on Llama. That thing's goofy. They just dropped that, right?
Yeah, they just dropped it. Honestly, look how big it is compared to a heavy. It's massive.
It's huge. I love that, though. I actually like that. It's goofy.
Yeah, I don't know if that's kind of my vibe, but look, this is kind of a tricky situation. Brendy going to set up for a DMAT pad. And it's not going to have any opportunity to take this.
Not at all. Retwist will take this first cash out. Most certain. Trades on both teams. Brendy by himself. Brendy going crazy. Groody. Wolfx back on his feet. We have a full clean now, and 200 MS will rotate safely over the next cash out.
Vault 2 gonna get started. Tapped by 200 MS as we look to take this high ground. Not sure where they're gonna go. They got quite a hike. Honestly, these cash out, these vault spawns over these past 4 games have been really bad. Flying so far away from these cash outs, contrasting what we saw a little bit in the Nightmare versus Vaiiya games.
No, exactly. Looks like 200 MS has control of the box right now. Brent taking out Wolf. Oh my god.
Now using that APS, blocking a glitch. Gonna need to fight spawns over on his right. And it's now 3v1. Brand just sitting there in his APS. It's not gonna do me much justice. It's not a dome shield. And now could be the last cash out for TNT, for Retwist. Gonna get that plug in, get it started. Where are they gonna play this? How are they gonna manipulate this? No DMAT winch out into the alleyway over here, but we do see a spawn come out from 200 MS over in the courtyard of Campus District.
Right, exactly. We have 200 MS coming in from the side, hitting it from the back.
As we look to go and walk over. This is a classic play. They may get caught off guard. They're looking right down this hallway. I don't think they expect it. That APS coming out, and now they're forced basically on that stairs. They are going to be able to take this high ground if they continue this push.
Dome shield comes out. Not an optimal use of the dome shield. However, we'll see if they can turn things around here. Winch comes out, Llama. Counter winch. Llama's in big trouble.
And now, look, Team Retwist just kiting away. They got Llama back to full health. You need to continue that play. You need to trust your life's gonna be there to heal. You push that offense. Llama with 2-bar.
Right, looking like they might want to try to bait one here. Drop comes out. No value on drop. 3v3 right now. All up. Switch comes out. Oh my, Llama takes out Brands. That's a massive pick. And most certainly, Retwist comes out on top here after that. Groody taking out Brendy. It is a 2v2 situation. Oh, wait a minute. This is clinical stall right here.
They do have the position. Honestly, get the winch! Get the winch of the light! I was like, holy! They should not have had that heavy stealing. You need to have that light stealing because you need to counter winch that heavy, but look, Groody getting the block for him. And they're going to continue this game, and hopefully they're able to take it.
Right, exactly. Hey, what about that APS blocking that C4 play, huh?
The APS, I mean, it did clutch up in that one scenario. I think we see Groody on Goo. Who's on Goo right now? One of their team is.
It might be Goo APS. Yeah, yeah.
It looks like Wolf is on Goo.
Yeah, Wolf.
RPG Dome Goo. No RPG. Goo, C4, and Dome.
Yeah. Right now, it is a 1v1 now. Groody versus Llama. Llama's just gonna offer instant res, optimal play. Groody just kind of rotate out, probably do the same. Groody's in trouble.
Groody running away from his demons. Shark Boy gonna take him out.
That it looks like Retwist will get the final cash out of the night into Charlie.
And look at that. Now, cash out 3 on Sis Horizon. This is going to be a very, very difficult one if Llama is able to get there, winch it out. They did change the hitboxes of these things. I think they do take multiple melees to break, but Llama's not even going to opt to winch it out. Going to play a little bit more reserved and let that drop come in. Broody keeping his team over. They're going to get pushed by spawns. They need to find the pick on spawns, find it,
Trade.
Get that reset. That trade is going to be pivotal in their success. Going to go for the slow res instead of the defib. Interesting play. Questionable, at least. Yeah, that was interesting. I don't know why Brands did not go for the defib.
Yeah, you're
I
telling me
definitely would have won in the fight.
Yeah, defib is always better than trying to stick a hand res. I mean, hand reses are nice if you're 100% safe, but like you're in the middle of a fight, use the defib, right? So clearly the detriment of the fight right there. Defib could have helped out. However, we are gonna go to a last fight of the night. Can 200 MS come out on top of this game?
One floor below, Team Retwist postures up, playing the kite game, playing the long game, as 200 MS goes to the high ground.
Retwist is kind of like playing
Not in
their life,
range for that
hiding away.
yes. Some reason
Right.
not taking out, but now a winch comes out, Brand's getting yoinked, and it looks very dire. A huge glitch. Saving Llama.
That will be the final match of TNT Pro Cast Scrims. Retwist taking all 5 games. Hey, 200 MS put up a good fight, right? We're going to a third and final cash out in this match. A few of the other matches went that way as well.
Yeah, very well played from Team Retwist, winning it in dominant fashion. To be fair, decent showing from 200 MS still, coming all the way from South America on ping. So great
Showing
to
up.
see them make their kind of comeback in the NA scene.
Right, exactly. Love to see 200 MS pulling up. Oh, what's up? We got players over here in South America. We got shooters.
Llama with 13 in that last
bomb.
game.
Jama, yeah, he had some really incredible winch plays.
That's going to conclude our night for Thursday Night Throwdown. We do have yet another short announcement. Replaying the Ape Squad World's Title Survival. We got the tournament coming up on September 11th. Coming to you very shortly. We got an NA and EU regional bracket going into a Ape Squad World's Finals. So sign up today on apesquad.org. Find your signups, get your team, get your squad, and go for that prize pool. Other than that, we got a whole new updated website straight for the new patch ready for you to check out how the new 93R stacks up against the meta currently and see if it's still meta relevant. But without further ado, I'm Sonsoyo, my co-caster Satan, and thank you for watching Thursday Night Throwdown.